Hello to all my eminent viewers. Today, we, the students of Lucknow University from the Department of Applied Economics, are going to represent our views on the topic Green Revolution. The story of Green Revolution of India started when the India was combating with the severe shortage of food grains and other agricultural products, and it was aided by Bengal famine, which occurred in 1943, claiming the life of 20 lakh people. India signed PL 480 agreement with the USA in 1954 to get food aid. In initial year, India benefited from PL 480, but later USA started pressurizing India to change its industrial policy in exchange of PL 480. Moreover, due to this, India has to devalue its currency with American dollar. This changed India's approach to food security from cheap food grains imports to increase food domestic food grains production. And here the story of Mexico to India started with Norman Borlaug in 1960, the father of Green Revolution. It led him winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 1970 of his work in developing high-yielding seeds of wheat. In India, Green Revolution is mainly led by Dr. Swaminathan. The Green Revolution resulted in great economic increase in production of food grains, especially wheat and rice. Due to the introduction into developing countries of new high-yielding variety seeds, beginning in the mid 20th century, the revolution was addressed in India's hunger crisis during the third five-year plan, which was from 1961 to 66, under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and at that time Lal Bahadur Shastri gave the slogan Jai Jawan Jai Kisan was the PM of India. Now my fellow mate Shrishti will lead further.
The Green Revolution, spreading over the period from 1967 to 77, changed India's status from a deficient country to one of the world-leading agriculture nation. Now let's have a glance over some positive impacts of Green Revolution. First, tremendous increase in crop produce. It resulted in a grain output of 131 million tons in year 1978-79 and established India as one of the world's biggest agricultural producer. The crop area under high-yielding variety of wheat and rice grew considerably during Green Revolution. Second, reduced impacts of food grains. India became self-sufficient and reliant in food grains and had sufficient stock in the central pool. Even at times, India was at the position of exporting food grains. The per capita net availability of food grains have increased from 395 grams per day in 1950 to in 2003 to 436 grams per day. Benefits to farmers. The introduction of Green Revolution helped the farmers in raising their level of income and improving their standard of living. The big farmers, more than 10 hectares of land, were particularly benefited by this revolution by investing large amount of money in various inputs like HYV, irrigation seeds, hence promoting capitalist farming. Fourth, rural employment. There was an appreciable increase in demand for labor force due to multiple cropping and use of fertilizers. The Green Revolution created plenty of jobs not only for agricultural workers but also industrial workers by creating related facilities such as factories, hydroelectric power stations, etc. Last but not the least, industrial growth. The Green Revolution brought about the large-scale farm mechanization, which created demand for different types of machines like tractors, harvesters, threshers, electric motors, etc. Besides, demand for chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, weedicides have also increased. Several agricultural products were also used as raw material in various industries known as agro-based industry. Today, India stands first in the world in terms of milk, pulses, spices, and second in terms of wheat, rice, fruit, vegetables, sugarcane, etc. Today, India does not cater only to the world's largest population but also provide food grains to many countries like USA, Australia, Sri Lanka, etc. As there is a famous saying that every coin has two sides, positive as well as negative. As same with the Green Revolution. The former was discussed by me and the later would be discussed by my friend Anushka.
Negative impacts of Green Revolution. The very first one is non-food grains left out. Although all food grains including wheat, rice, jowar, bajra and maize have gained from revolution, other crops such as coarse cereals, pulses, and oilseed, were left out of the ambit of the revolution. Major commercial crops like cotton, jute, tea, and sugarcane were left almost untouched by the Green Revolution. The second one is limited coverage of HYVP. High yielding variety program were restricted to only 5 crops: wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, and maize. Therefore, no food grains were excluded from the ambit of the new strategy. Third one is regional disparity. Green revolution technology has given birth to growing disparity in economic development. The most affected area are Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP in the north, and Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in south. It has hardly touched the eastern region, including Assam, Bihar, West Bengal, and Orissa, and arid and semi-arid area of western and southern India. Fourth one is excessive uses of chemical. The Green Revolution resulted in the large-scale use of pesticides and synthetic nitrogen fertilizer for improved irrigation projects and crop varieties. Pesticides were sprayed on crops, usually by untrained farm laborers, without following instruction and precautions. The fifth one is water consumption. The crop introduced during the Green Revolution were water intensive crops. Most of these crops, being cereal, required almost 50% of the dietary water footprints. Punjab is the major wheat and rice cultivating area, and hence it is one of the highest water depleted region in India. The sixth one is impact on soil and crop production. Repeated crop cycle, in order to ensure increased crop production, depleted the soil nutrients. To meet the needs of new kinds of seeds, farmers increased fertilizer uses. The pH level of soil increased due to the uses of these alkaline chemicals. The chemical in the soil destroyed beneficial pathogens, which further led to the decline in the yield. The seventh one is unemployment, except in Punjab, to the some extent in Haryana, from mechanizations under the Green Revolution created widespread unemployment among agricultural laborers in the rural area. The worst affected by the poor and landless laborers. The last one is health hazard. The large-scale use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides resulted in number of critical health illnesses, including cancer, renal failure, stillborn babies, and birth defects. At last, I would like to briefly restate the main takeaway, that is, the success of India's Green Revolution proved the science coupled with good policies, efficient bureaucracy, support of political bosses, and cooperative federalism in real sense could defeat the Malthusian prediction of hunger and famine. Thank you.
Thank you.